And it's the same way in fighting
Yeah.
and in life. Because we were born in swallows and the sewers and gutters, that don't mean we're going to stay there. If we have the desire and willpower, perseverance to be able to endure the pain.
Yeah.
We got to endure that pain. You know, look at me, everybody likes me now.
Yeah.
I'm the last man standing. Everybody likes the last man.
All they see is black venom in my silhouette. Just watch the fear reappear in their eyes when I hit the set. Oh no, Tupac with Team Tyson was seldom seen. Iron Mike cut his hair like a guillotine. Time for some action. You making me high like Tony Braxton, Buster switching like Dennis Rodman. We still mashing. I put my hand up to God like it's hard, filled with stress, throwing blows in this way.
Again, with guys get knocked out 3 times, 4 times, where they come back and become champions. It's all about the perseverance. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing about this sport. That's the nobility in this sport anyway, isn't it? The struggle and coming back from unseeable odds. Isn't that what this sport is truly all about? Really? You never lose until you actually give up.
Who shot me but your punks didn't finish? I'm a fighter. Bad boy murder till we die. Who shot me but your punks didn't finish? I'm a fighter. Bad boy murder till we die. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace. I'm a fighter. Bad boy murder till we die. Who shot me but your punks didn't finish? I'm a fighter. Bad boy murder. Right, left, then left, right. I seen him stir. What? You didn't duck and got stuck with your uppercut. Now hear the crowd screaming. It's like they feeding. Oh, don't you love how that black man's swinging? Keep it real, tell Holyfield he next in line. So get his heart problem check before you step to mine and sell it. I hardly know you. Don't bother me to show you. Let your head get gas by that fast promoter. Be real forever. So feel my lever in combinations. Connected like Dr. Doc with steady formation. Swift and deadly, cause this be deadly. I'm a soldier, it's too late now. I tried to told you, be real forever. So feel my lever in combinations. Connected like Dr. Doc with steady formation. Swift and deadly, cause this be deadly. I'm a soldier, it's too late now. I tried to told you, get it on.
No. I had to look at myself greater than I actually was and believe that I was greater than I actually was. He's somewhat of a cantankerous warlord, a giant, bigger than any gladiator could ever imagine. I could take on Achilles or Alexander the Great. Being that person, I'm invincible.
If you ask someone with no interest in combat sports to name 2 boxers, there's a good chance they'll name Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. The 2 great heavyweights that are so easy to recall, often painted as polar opposites.
I would give everything up if all the fighters that I fought and all their trainers and their family and all those guys, all those they remember that I would give it all up. Because that's what it's all about among my peers. I want their respect. Because they know how hard it is to get to the top.
As a child, Tyson was bullied and slowly found himself living a criminal, gang-related lifestyle. By his 13th birthday, he had been arrested more than 30 times. Things didn't get any easier either, losing his mother to cancer a few years later. This left him in the care of his trainer and father figure, a man who would change his life forever, Cus D'Amato.
Having watched him come from where he was to what he is, I can say honestly I have a very deep affection for him. I do. To me, he's my boy. He's with me.
And I would look at it as he's my trainer, my manager. He's like my father.
Cus brought the very best out in Mike. He made his aggression an asset and turned his fear into fire. Tyson went on to win 2 gold medals in the Junior Olympics, winning every bout by knockout. Though snubbed from the 1984 Olympic team, D'Amato made the decision for Mike to turn professional at just 18 years old.
I was just a big ashamed of my life, so I had to make it. I absorbed everything, and I just wanted to leave the world that I was a part of, and I wanted to go somewhere else.
Tyson, arguably the most devastating fighter of all time, is remembered primarily as a villain. Or rather, a lost cause or waste of potential. Possibly one of the greatest fighters who ever lived, but was misled after the loss of his father figure and sent into a downward spiral. When meeting the best of the best in Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis, Tyson was no longer the same fighter. Over time, and after a stint in prison, he had turned into a slower, less convincing, flat-footed brawler.
One of the remaining questions now is if this explosion of curiosity can propel Tyson's confidence and aura in the ring, something that has been lacking for years now.
However, in his early days, Mike was like no other. A man who steamrolled his way to the top of the division to beat Floyd Patterson's record for becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in history.
Another fight fan I was watching like that, I would say he's a mean motherfucker I ever saw in my life.
What I saw in him is that smoldering fire, that killer instinct that he used to have. He looked like he was mad at everybody, and I think he brings that to a fight. He needs that intensity, and he is well trained, so what we may see is a meteor about to launch here.
For a man of just 5 feet 10 inches and 20 years of age, Tyson's rise was extraordinary.
Right on the jaw.
The truth is, Tyson's best punches connected on the way in, shattering hooks and uppercuts. He relied on aggression, paired with constant and disciplined head movement, drawing his opponents to throw panic jabs, which he would manipulate and counter in emphatic style. In fact, the swift head movement, or lack of, is what eventually led to the downfall of Iron Mike. Generating massive punching power from his legs, Tyson overwhelmed his opponents with highlight reel style knockouts.
I like how she riding, cause she take that shit all in that bag. I got bands in my pants and I'm dancing. I'm like, man, you a fan, why you snapping?
Defending his title 9 times and being named Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year twice in the process. In 1988, Tyson set yet another heavyweight boxing record when he bludgeoned Michael Spinks into defeat in merely 91 seconds.
And he's down again and in serious trouble.
The quickest heavyweight title defense ever.
I used to know that he could never beat me. That particular guy, don't care how good he is, don't care if I died or something, he became the best. And he could beat anybody and he obliviates, he could never beat me.
His fearsome reputation, both inside and outside the ropes, led to the Brownsville fighter being coined the baddest man on the planet. Now married to Robin Givens, in 1988, Tyson signed with famous promoter Don King. A string of bad decisions which would ultimately lead to his demise. His winning streak came to an end 2 years later in one of the biggest sporting upsets of all time.
Oh, the uppercut.
What an uppercut by Douglas, and down goes Tyson.
It's over. It's over.
Mike Tyson has been knocked out. Let's go ahead and call it the biggest upset in the history of heavyweight championship fights.
We still witness some of the most exciting and energetic scenes the sport has ever seen. The boxing world was lit up like never before. Though, from the Lewis press conference to the ear bite, as the sport boomed, things continued to crumble for Mike. Eventually, the fire burnt out. After suffering a handful of losses to lower opposition in his last few fights, Mike called an end to his career in 2005. Tyson has always struggled with the man in the mirror, though he has developed into the most humble and unassertive version of himself we've ever seen. A tragic hero to many, an anti-hero to the rest. In a rise to the top of the world, arguably sport's biggest accolade at such a young age, Mike Tyson's story is simply unequaled. As we now witness a new and revived heavyweight division, minus the drama, could we be seeing a similar rise to greatness from Wilder, Joshua, or any other big names? Only time will tell. But whether they can match the excitement and thrill that Tyson brought to boxing is another story altogether.